Have you seen Generation Kill yet?
Not yet.
My story?
Yeah.
You're going to be blown away. It's much funnier than you would think. Because remember, how many best friends you got? You got one or two best friends?
Yeah.
Picture them in your mind.
Okay.
Picture them. Now imagine 20 of them. And you're all together all the time, doing rad, gnarly shit, doing kick-ass missions and or suffering immensely together, living in holes while there's shamal winds and sandstorms with rain and incoming mortars blowing up everywhere and the tanks that are driving by are rumbling you. And then starving together, and then sharing a freaking protein bar together, sharing one freaking hot cup of instant coffee between each other. That's what it's like.
Were you helping make sure that everything was accurate to how it is?
I was a military advisor first, and then they had me audition for myself, and then I looked like me, and that helped. But it was, so all my freaking handsome stud and beautiful freaking female veterans, they all want to get into acting and such like that. I say, listen, man, it's a whole nother skill because it wasn't easy. I didn't know what I was doing. It was very stiff at first, so they just really focused on my physicality. By episode 5 or 6, I could freaking actually deliver some lines. And after practicing now, I've been doing this, 15 years? I'm pretty good at it.
How much of Generation Kill of your character is based on your true events?
All of it's collected from the writer that was embedded with us.
So
what you're witnessing
is true.
Is absolutely true. Now, because it was made by kind of liberal people in New York, their narrative is a little bit like, look at these amazing, proud, strong, vital young men being ordered to die. Because if we get hit by the chemical agents, then we're so far ahead. We can fight for 3 hours. We've got drugs that we slam into our legs to keep us alive for about 3 hours, to keep fighting and create a strong point so that the follow-on can take over for us.
Did they launch those chemical weapons at you?
Every time they shot mortars, we had to assume they were. So we completely mask up and rock and roll. The narrative was war, Generation Kill did a great job of showing how many facets are involved in combat and in conflict. The human toll, the physiological toll, the spiritual toll. That film, that miniseries came out while we were still heavy in Iraq and Afghanistan. And at the time, it wasn't received very well because how brutal it was. But I'm telling you, full circle, coming back to where I'm at now, the Marine Corps and recon and combat made me the robust and also the empathetic man that sits before you. At first I was hard and cold and I had to become that. And I was that for a long time. Then I broke. And when I broke, I then broke through. And I think I can bring a lot to our communities, a lot to our veterans and our citizens from that experience.